Going on, true believers? I hope you're having a great day. Bitcoin ripped its way up to, I want to say about 71,300 just an hour ago before retracing completely and dumping even a little bit. It's been a wild morning if you've been watching. Now, I've been idly watching because unbelievably, for the last bunch of days, I'm going to tell you this. The last bunch of days, what have I been doing? I've been laughing my ass off at all the problems that Ben has been having, trying to get his show ready, to try to make this something more entertaining that people enjoy just a little bit more, right? Um, I, I, and this morning, none of my cameras were working, so it took me until 8:58 to get my camera working because I have no idea. I had to disable, I had to uninstall, I had to reset. And then it turns out I figured out what the problem was, I think, but it was too late for me to do anything because I got a show to start. So now we're going to be flying a little bit blind for the day. We got plenty to go over. There's a ton going on in the market right now. There's all kinds of stuff that's happening out here. Larry Fink is deep into Ethereum right now. Thinks that there's going to be an approval, by the way. Bitcoin rips to 71,000. Options are showing calls now at 100,000. Remember, we talked about this not that long ago. And I told you that means that it's inevitable and that we would probably have a little bit of a retracement before then. Well, we retraced down to, I want to say 59,650. Don't hold me to that number, but I think it was 59,650 on some of the charts. And, here we are. Now we have a massive liquidity sweep happening right now on Bitcoin. Went all the way up to 71,000. Looks like 171 almost. Well, no, actually ripped up almost to 72,000. And then from there, absolutely bottomed out in the last few minutes. Just an absolute wild liquidity sweep happening as we speak. Huge candle. Wait until you see the candle. This is not financial advice, but you know the drill.
It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
All right, guys. So wild morning on Bitcoin. If you guys haven't looked at it and you haven't seen it yet, let me zoom this in for you so you can see exactly what happened here. We're going to pop this up on the screen now. Absolutely crazy what happened here. And as we zoom in, you're going to be able to see here. Do you see that? Do you see that right there at the top? We have this thing. We were, sitting around 70,200, I want to say. And then we got an enormous rip all the way up to 71,700. Basically, what we saw was weakness in the market. When you see weakness in the market, that's when these guys are going to attack, right? Well, we got the absolute attack right there. As you can see, right in this little range right here, we got this gigantic spike. And then from that gigantic spike, what do we get? An absolute sell-off, ripping down into the 69,000 level. What does that look like? Looks like pain, dog. It looks like pain. Not only that, we've already seen a weakening right now of Solana and a bunch of meme coins. We've seen a whole bunch of that. And, to be fair here, if you look at this in the overall for total crypto cap, we had a big run to start off. We were having this nice little run here up to 2.6, dropped down to 2.5, $70 billion swing. So, this is a gigantic move. We were up $45 billion just a few moments ago. Like, this is in the last 2 hours. And by the way, let me rephrase it. This is the last hour and 6 minutes. This candle right here is 6 minutes old, just to give you an idea of the dirtbag filth that permeates the US market, basically just trying to steal from you in every way that they can, doing wild liquidity swings to try to liquidate you and screw you over. Look at Solana, gigantic move up here into 191. Solana really struggling right now, trying to find its way, but moving down here. You had this nice little wick right here, caused an upward momentum, and then you had this just seismic sort of shift here for Bitcoin. So we'll see what happens here. The U.S. market, by the way, it's going to have to be noted here because this is crazy. Yesterday, we saw the first inflow in Bitcoin for about 3 days on the ETFs, right? It was about $118 million in inflows. So, you expect to see a pump. And what did we get? We got a nice little rally. So that nice little rally came up here to about 71,004. Then what did we get? Overnight, we found out that Bitcoin inflows another $408 million in the last 24 hours. So what do we do for the day? We have this wild spike up here to 71,000, and then we dump. So what is this? What are we learning? We're learning that the market is trying to steal from you. They're trying to rip you off. They're trying to shake you out of your position, which the standard, right? But what they're doing is they're attacking and trying to kill leverage trading and leverage positions. They're just trying to steal your liquidity. They're just trying to get your money because this is the the United States is a filthy, dirty organization bent on destroying everything that you hold dear. Oh, I'm just kidding. We're just trying to take your oil. Come on. That's all. We just want your oil. So anyway, let's get back into it and let's get off. If you good morning, good morning. If you don't good morning anyway, because good morning. Brian Bootyhead is in the house. What is going on? Mike Volmer is here. We've got S-Dog in the house. I hope you guys like the new schedule here. Crypto Kev will slap my mama. I'm game. Aaron Thompson's in the house. Good morning. Bought some more Ben. Richard Caldwell's in the house. Good morning. Jason Pollin's in the house. George Lopez Garcia is in the house. JC is in the house. A couple more days. JC says, come on, everyone. You know the words. Bo and TJ sitting in a tree. F-U-C. You know what? I don't know how to spell. Games. Good morning, believers. What is going on, my man? Happy hump day. Zicko's in the house. We've got Vader Prime kicking it live, G style, if you will. Who else we got in here? We've got Gazer in the house, Tony P, J Manuel. We've got Hammerside in the house. John Doe says, I'm believers. We're all believers. Wouldn't you like to be a believer too? God damn it. Now I'm going to sing that all day in my brain. Crypto Antagonist is in the house right now. Well, mostly I'm getting my degen on over on Radium. Get off Radium and get onto Jupiter. Radium has problems. Not horrible, but I mean, it has problems. Emin Bola Janet is in the house. What's going on? Poe is here. What's happening? CODM and crypto. What's going on? Kathleen is in the house. Crypto Mojo is here. We got a packed house, guys. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. MDK 420. I left a message out for Voltoshi. Still hasn't read it. I guess Voltoshi's just not gonna talk to me anymore. I sent him a message. I even copied him in chat just to make sure that he's, just in case he's like got everybody on do not notify or something like that, just in the off chance, because I had an idea to have like a some kind of voltage something or other on the channel, just so that we're doing something. And he's basically just kind of ignored me so far, so I have no idea what to say for Volt. Davenport Report, what is going on, my man? We've got Eddie C in the house. Daniel Delgado, Pork Fried Bryce is here. We got Julio Echevarria. What do you think about Shiba Inu in Solana chain? It's not the same product, but I mean, that's actually, it's opportunity. We got Carlos in the house. Good morning. We got Glenn, the crypto black belt. Beware, guys. It is my understanding he's a 10th degree Dan. So be very, very careful around Glenn, the crypto black belt. Early morning wood, what is going on? Thought Volt is a dead community and project. Well, no, of course it's not. There's still plenty of things that are going on. It's just that what I wanted to do was I thought, let's give away some, let's see if we can. I was going to reach out and say, hey, do you want to do a giveaway or something like that on the channel? I'd actually reached out to him a couple times. I just get ghosted every time. Here I am putting this kind of shit up here, and nobody bothers to reply anymore. So, I guess we're no. I mean, are we vaulted anymore? I mean, I can be vaulted, but you guys know, Bitcoin's still dumping right now, going into the 68,007 level. We're having a massive sell-off. Nasir is in the house for Lunk. And guys, if you haven't already, Lunk is going to have a big move, and I'm going to tell you why in just a little bit. But I think it's important to recognize, like, Luna Classic is going to have a wild ass move at some point pretty soon. And by the way, I now have a fourth monitor right in front of me over here, right behind the camera, so I can see what's going on the charts as we're doing it, and I'm seeing just a massive sell-off. The U.S. market doing what can only be described the seedy, shady shit that U.S. markets do. You know what I mean? Like, they're just trying to scam everybody. But let's get into Bitcoin. Let's talk about what is going on in the Bitcoin verse, if you will, because we do have a lot to unpack that's happening right now. Bitcoin breaches 71,000. We did have a move up there. Hong Kong is poised to approve spot ETFs. The approval of spot Bitcoin ETF in Hong Kong is about to be a game changer. The SFC, which is the Security and Futures Commission, prepares to approve these innovative investment vehicles. This development comes when Bitcoin has already demonstrated its resilience and potential. It showcased itself by going to 71,000 today, marking a significant milestone in the oncoming rally. Trading as high as 71,261 with an increase of $480 today. The introduction of the spot Bitcoin ETF in Hong Kong is set to reshape the crypto landscape. And so we'll see what happens. And I mean, again, yeah, I mean, it's not a dead community. I don't think, and I've never said that I think that that Lunk is a dead community, or I mean that Volt is a dead community or anything like that. I just, I was asking for something to happen, and just kind of I've been left on unread. I'll put it this way: the last time I talked to Voltoshi was January, and I've probably sent him 4 or 5 messages since then. February, since the beginning of February. So we're at the end of March right now, and he's left me unread for 1, 2, 3, 4 messages now. So I don't know what to do. I did my part. I tried to reach out. In fact, all I asked for was maybe a vaulted takeover of the channel, a giveaway. The only thing that would cost is some tokens to give away to you guys in the community, and I'm left on unread. So that's not where Volt was, but that's where Volt is. So I don't know what to say from there. So anyway, back to Bitcoin. We've got the Bitcoin ETF here in Hong Kong. Going to be a big deal. Of course, we've got it in the European Union as well. All of these things are coming. We're starting to see that. Now, a reminder, about 3 weeks ago, we had an article, and we even talked about it, Bitcoin to 100,000, right? We're looking for some moves down. We're looking for, this kind of play to the downside. And what we got, we got exactly what we expected. We got a downside play before we have that big breakout. Now, zooming out to a longer time frame, here's what you look like on the chart right now. We had this kind of wrong one. We had this kind of move over here. We had this descending channel that was playing out, and over the last 3 days, clearly we broke out of it, and that does mean, of course, that we're going to probably look at some sort of back test on it. If we look at the 1 hour and we look at the same chart on it, then you can see probably a head and shoulders sort of pattern forming, and then you have this kind of bleed out right here, almost touching the 100 MA. Didn't quite touch the 100 MA, but when you look at it in this context and you're really checking this out, one of the things that we like to do is we like to retest the channel, right? Well, let's take this just a little bit and let's come over here. Let's put this right there. We're going to change this just a little bit to reflect more of this channel that we're in. We're going to shorten that just a tad here so that we can move it around a little more freely. And we're going to look at it from the head and shoulders pattern, which is right there and right there. And that's going to give us a breakdown. And where does that breakdown lead us to? Right here, just in case. And that's going to be around 65,000. So you might be looking for a retracement on Bitcoin to about 65,000. If you come over here, you can see this is what we did. We came up here, grabbed liquidity. Now what we're doing is stealing from the bottom because US market, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Now, moving down just a little bit more, you can see like we've swept in through all of this. There isn't really a reason to come down to 65,000 in this context. This is just a wild ass wreckage, if you will. It's what it looks like anyway. I'm not saying that it is, but that's kind of what it looks like. So a wild sweep down here and then a move back up here. So I would guess that we're coming towards the top again. Like I think this is just a wild, you can see it right here. Like this is just a wild ass sweep happening as we speak. So there it is. And what's next? Probably on the top up here, because it was my understanding that on the month chart, might even be the year chart. I don't know for sure, but there's, yeah. So right here at around 75, there's 336 million. If you come out here to the 1 year, this might be the one that where the big money is kind of sitting here. Yeah, there we go. Right there. We've got about $9 billion in shorts. 12. Oh, wait, we've got even more. Yeah, so around $75,000. There seems to be about $11 billion in shorts waiting to be liquidated and waiting to be wrecked. So I would be looking for a move pretty soon up there. There's still going to be some down in this range here, but we've pretty much annihilated most of this along the way. Now, by the way, when we get there to $11 billion, there won't be $11 billion worth because people start taking profit. They're going to set stop losses and stuff like that. So we won't be getting 11 billion on that bust up. It's going to be more like, 1 billion, so depending on the level of the leverage, but I digress. Wild stuff happening in this market. Anyway, this is just kind of a testament to, we had 3 days of outflows. We found out, by the way, that dirtbag, filthmonger, skeezer, cheating, lying, dirty, humanoid, subhuman, Barry Silbert, you know him. He looks like a fart that took shape like a kind of like a man. And he is the head of, the guy runs CoinDesk, Cointelegraph. This guy's, the worst of the worst. Genesis was invested in Grayscale Bitcoin. He did such a poor job with Genesis that they have a liquidity crunch and they're in a bull market with Bitcoin. Like, what the fuck? You're in a bull market with Bitcoin and you can't make money? Then you are a Barry Silbert. I don't know how else to say it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just wild to think that a grown ass, well, look, I'm going to assume he's a man, grown ass fart that's, 5.5 feet tall. I assume, I'm just going to assume that whatever, he's selling off. He's the reason Grayscale Bitcoin has been selling off at the level it's been selling off. And it just, what a disgusting, filthy dirtbag Barry Silbert continues to be in this market, a low class bum, basically, just a low class bum. That's the only thing that you can say, and that's the nicest thing that you can say about Barry Silbert. So anyway, $100,000 probably in the works, probably coming a lot sooner than we think. Something is gonna happen and something's going to blow up. And by the way, some of this stuff that I'm sharing with you, when I'm going to try to share some of my screens, they're not going to work right. They're not going to work right because my entire thing is just like reset. But Bitcoin might retreat before rallying to 100K, key levels to watch. This was happening not that long ago. And it does say Bitcoin rallied for another 8 days to about 74,000, dropping to 60,700. That's the number. I thought it was 59,650, but fuck me. What do I know? But in our last update, we looked at previous corrections and found that during the bull run, experienced a 13 to 31% multi-day pullback shown in red, whereas we experienced a 20 to 22 in 2022 on average. Bitcoin experienced a 22 to 23% multi-day pullback before uptrend resumes. In greater detail, we're not looking for greater detail. We're just looking to see, like, what is it that they're saying is going to happen? And what they're saying is going to happen is somewhere around 60,000 before liftoff. So what happened in Bitcoin? Well, we got a retest right here, 60,794. So that's this is the breakdown before the breakout, right? What we got was a retracement in the amount of here to here, 17.74%. That's about 6% lighter than their estimates, 5% lighter than their estimates, but it would be indicative of this means that the big move is on, that we're actually in the rally phase. When we come back down here, if we come back down here with the likely retest of that range, that would lead to an enormous potential breakout. So capital on the sideline, guys, because this seems like this could be a really, really nice move or a really, really nice opportunity. And by the way, there's a lot of dumping going on right now in the broader market. This is Trump, by the way, big buy. Look, by the way, buy signal for Trump. If you haven't seen this already, just came down to about $4, $4.16, stopped at $4.20. You goddamn stoners, man. I swear to God, like every time we do this, like it stops at $4.20 for some reason. Well, any moment now, we're gonna see Donnie Bing Bong do what can only be described as wild shit again. And when he does his wild shit again, then this thing's going to pump back up. I'm telling you guys, I broke down off of this last breakout, right? But it's not going to stay that way for long. What we're looking at right now is, let's look at the parabolic move, right? This is the parabolic move on Trump. Let's go down here. Let's go up here, and then boom, we're in the golden pocket right now. We're kind of retesting that golden pocket through this range. So you're going to look at this to go from $4 to $6, probably in pretty short order. So if you haven't already, you might want to consider yourself getting a bag of Trump right now. And Jesus Christ, nothing is working today. So anyway, again, I digress because I'm trying to get as much as I can here because cameras, am I right? Anyway, so now we're looking an adjusted upside. Now, this by the way is a variable, but it says we remain bullish over the long term for Bitcoin and expect it to reach at least 100,000 with an adjusted upside target of 150,000, give or take 25,000. So anywhere between 125 and 175 is what their target is for this next big leg up. That is an incredible move, by the way, and it might be 2 months away for that incredible move. Larry Fink on BlackRock, however, moving on to Ethereum, Larry Fink's BlackRock deploys $100 million onto the Ethereum blockchain. And by the way, I do want to stress right now, look, I give you clickbait all the time. I do this shit to you too. I'm not saying that I don't. But what I am watching right now, which is kind of wild, is I'm seeing so many different people all the time who are doing what can only be described as wild shit. And they're saying that BlackRock is investing in real world assets. And they're saying it all over Twitter right now. It's not true. None of that's true. It's all a gigantic lie. And you know what's happening is BlackRock Wallet got made public. When BlackRock's wallet got made public, people started throwing $1,000 worth of their tokens. Like they could be throwing $1,000 worth of tokens to me. You know what I mean? Like quit fucking around. Give me 1 second here. I got to load back into Twitter. Like I'm in hell. I am absolutely in hell today. I want to show you guys something. So give me just 1 second here. All right. And learn my goddamn lesson. I'll tell you that much. I have authenticators for everything. So anyway, let's do BlackRock RWA So what people are doing is copying these. Okay, these are copies and pastes, and people are just kind of making shit up as they go. But if you look at these right now, um, in fact, let's do this. BlackRock just moved into real world assets, confirming 100x pump. Those who know tokens it's buying will make millions. I scanned over 549 related wallets to spot the next 1000x plays. Here are 5 real world assets accumulated by BlackRock. So then he comes down. Before we start, I'm planning to go private with my profile, so you better get in right now. Honk. Number 2, BlackRock recently debuted its first tokenized fund on Ethereum, leading numerous financial bodies to embrace tokenization. The market cap of real-world assets is projected to hit 10 trillion by 2030. At present, the market cap for real-world assets is small, with the tokens yet to start pumping. So then it then starts to break down all this stuff, and it says, and this is going to get where it's going to get stupid. Okay. Number 5 is going to be Rio, which the Rio network, by the way, absolutely pumping. I think it was at 270 today. It was at $2 yesterday. So it's absolutely blowing up. And look at this. I spotted 10K of Rio in the BlackRock wallet. Somebody a month ago sent it over when BlackRock's wallet was made public, and now it's worth $10,000. And now it looks like BlackRock is involved. Remember, we had a news article saying that this was going to happen, right? And that this is what was going on when it got revealed publicly. So now they're lying about it. And here we go. I spotted some Lindex in that wallet, which is Land X Finance. And then he's holding 1K of Lindex. So somebody put, $200 over there or $300 over there, and it grew a little bit. Trade. Somebody put, and they didn't even put the amount here. He just kind of like wink, wink, nod, nod. Somebody should get trade. Then we got Boson Protocol, and they have. There's nothing in here. By the way, now you're looking at it and you're seeing like RWA. These are all. This is a fucking scam, right? And then here we go. Here's another one. If you don't want to be left out, here are 7 projects for BlackRock real world assets from Mickey Bull Crypto. And then if you come over here, you're going to be, this is the one talking about Rio. And then here's another one, copy and paste. I went through 7 crypto gems and I found 7 crypto gems. And then before we get started, and then they do the same shit every time. And we're going with Pendle this time. And then we're going with Alliance Block this time, and TokenFi, and Hi-Fi Finance, and Planet Refi, and PropChain Global, and Rio, and on and on down the line. So these guys are just using it as an opportunity to get into your noggin, if you will, and make you go, hey man, I saw this article on Twitter. And this broski, he was like, I saw these 5 tokens, and these 5 tokens, they're gonna absolutely moon because like BlackRock is investing in them. Like I got a bro who said that they saw it right there, and like here's the wallet address, and they're in there. So that means that they must have bought them, right? There's no chance in hell that anybody just sent them over there because they were using it. Like remember when SHIB sent a whole bunch of tokens over to Vitalik Buterin? And then they sent like half their supply to Vitalik Buterin, and then they sent like 10% to his dick because it's so big. And then he sold off the tokens, and it was great marketing. It was great PR for us. So now everybody's doing that shit. So, but again, I digress. That's what's happening. That's what people are trying to mislead you and manipulate you. Larry Fink, by the way. Let's continue this one. Boom, 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 boom. Jesus Christ. Larry Fink has deployed $100 million onto Ethereum's blockchain. And according to a March 19 filing with the SEC, BlackRock's USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund, the fund was incorporated in the British Virgin Islands to partner with Securitize, a San Francisco-based asset tokenization company. They're gearing up for something big, as a wallet on Ethereum linked to the company has been identified and holds 100 million in USDC. The creation of the BlackRock USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund allows the roaring success of the Bitcoin spot ETF approval in January. In an interview with Bloomberg early this year, Fink stated, if we could ETF a Bitcoin, imagine what we could do with all financial instruments. ETFs have revolutionized the way investors can gain exposure to different asset classes, and in Fink's eyes, they will play a crucial role in the tokenization of asset classes in the future. So What are we looking for? We're looking for we're looking for assets, for example, gold. And who do we see that from? Remember, I showed you guys API 3. They're already allowing you to buy gold with your USDC, tokenizing gold as an asset so that you're invested in a tokenized version of you become a partner, you become an investor into gold, and it's been held by the ETF QQQ, and you can just go out there and you can buy it. So it's getting crazy, right? So, fantastic thing that's happening over here, especially for Ethereum. So let's get into chat a little bit. I got to go back here just a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. The Lunk Alarm 4chan. I feel before the weekend we will have a clear vision on where we will be heading. Well, of course we are. I mean, we may not see it over the weekend, but during the course of this week, we're probably going to see a big look. I think there's a big move coming. It feels like the market just wants to have that big move. We got Maddie B in the house. What's going on? Hey guys, make sure you hit the like button. We only had like 60 likes the other day. We had 120 people in here the other day, like we had today, but we only had 60 likes. I'm not asking for much, guys. It's free. It's free to just hit that like button, even if it's on your phone. I mean, don't while you're driving. I don't want you to do that, but you know what I mean. We got 80 likes today. We got live viewers right now, 135. So it sure would help me out tremendously if you guys would do that. If you hit that like button, it helps me a lot. And wild. You know what I mean? But appreciate each and every one of you support, and let's continue on. So remember, if you want him to look up your token and talk about it, Super Chat has a 100% chance of making that happen. There you go. Those are the percentages right there. If you want me to talk about your special token, a Super Chat is how you get my attention. Laptop chat is huge. Can't resize it. Can't hide. Having to use my phone. Uh-oh. Selmo Fudd. Chuck Liddell wants his hairstyle you took from him. Chuck Liddell, call my mama, okay? Because, biatch, you don't fight no more. You just sit around looking like a smaller version of me. Do you know what I'm saying? You hang around with your little girly face and your short little stubby body, acting like you did something, you done something, you were a lightweight, you're a little kid. You know what I mean? Chuck Liddell, Jesus Christ. But yeah, Chuck can actually try to get his hair back if he wants. He knows where I am. He and I are friends, and in fact, we both went in for the role of Hulk, and he didn't get a call back for the second day, but somebody did. Somebody did. So yeah, fuck you, Chuck Liddell. And I say that knowing I'll probably die for saying that, but I've been here for a while. You know what I mean? I ain't scared of Chuck Liddell. Terrified of Chuck Liddell, but I'm not scared of him. You know what I mean? Anyway, and actually, I didn't even know Chuck Liddell, and now that you mention it, I do know that he has a mohawk. I actually did this because way back in the old days, it was I saw some kind of Viking thing where they had mohawks or something like that, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the Viking mohawk thing. That's why I did it. I didn't do it because of Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell's too tiny to be a Viking. You little shit. You know what I'm talking about, Chuck? You know, Charlie, Chucky Char, whatever. Anyway, not scared of him, but yeah, met Chuck, would never F with that dude. I would do it from a distance on YouTube. I mean, I wouldn't do it in person. Actually, I would do it in person because I'm an asshole by nature, and I'd be like, fuck you, Chuck, piece of shit. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't mean it, and he'd know. He'd laugh along with me after he broke my arm, but it would be okay because I would fight with the other arm. And if he broke that one, well, then we'd have a problem because I can't kick nearly as well as I can punch. But, what the hell? Let's give it a shot. You know what I mean? Do you think Lunk repeg is already done in the background and they're just waiting to release the news? No, it is not. You know what I mean? Vikings used trimmer guard number 1. Well, I try to, but number 2 is much better, and I haven't used it in a few days, so fuck that. Anyway, let's get on altcoins because Fetch AI, this is crazy. Fetch AI, Ocean, and Ajax are now talking about a token merger. So what you're looking at right now is And remember, Fetch and Singularity both are like marketplaces for AI tokens, and Ocean Protocol, they all started to pump yesterday because they're called the AI Super Alliance. The proposed merger aims to create an open, decentralized AI infrastructure and combine the project's respective tokens into ASI, Artificial Superintelligence Alliance, a new token that will launch. And by the way, Artificial Superintelligence Alliance is ASA, dumbasses, but it's going to be Artificial Superintelligence, ASI. A new token that will launch with billions in fully diluted market cap upon the proposal's approval. And guys, if you remember, I was telling you guys that mergers and acquisitions have not shown up here yet, but they will be coming soon. Like, we're not that far away from seeing something like that happen. So here we are at the forefront of something like that getting ready to happen. So that's going to be kind of wild to see if it in fact does. Now, let's talk about what is going on with XRPL. So there's a lead. This started a couple days ago. And there's 2 points to make here. XRPL NFT creator explains why Solana is better than the XRP ledger. Key influencer in the world of XRP, Kaj Leroy, founder of the widely acclaimed XPunks NFT collection, has recently drawn attention with his comparative analysis of blockchain protocols. Leroy, in a recent discourse, offered insights into the current state of XRPL while juxtaposing it with Solana, sparking discussion within the community. He shed light on the ongoing challenges facing XRPL. By the way, Jenna Crypto, Jenna X, if you don't know her, she is no longer on XRPL. She's still an XRP maxi, but she's not using the XRPL blockchain. He highlighted Ripple's cautionary advice against utilizing the AMM, which is the automated market maker, due to inherent bugs, disruptions, and transaction executions. The founders lamented the implication of these shortcomings, expressing empathy for affected businesses and individuals who've encountered financial setbacks. Leroy's discourse was in his comparison between the two, where he outlined the latter's perceived superiority, drawing parallels to SpaceX's trajectory. He underscored the inevitability of occasional setbacks in the pursuit of innovation, emphasizing Solana's resilience in the face of intermittent technical difficulties. He lauded Solana's robust technology, burgeoning market adoption, and token performance as factors contributing to its prominence, contrasting with XRPL's and XRP's current state of affairs. And, when you look at this, then you see that it's faster, it's more robust, and, despite some downtime, and there is some downtime, but it's getting a little bit wild. He contended that XRP's lag in adopting such features signifies a need for substantial improvements to maintain competitiveness in the evolving blockchain. And what's happening is it's leading to frustration among people. Corium founder, by the way, at the same time, just 2 days later, says that XRPL is at risk of replacement, urges Ripple to be more impartial in funding. Roz, which is Bob Roz, co-founder of Corium and Sologenic, argued that XRP is at risk of replacement amid Ripple's alleged selective funding of project building. Roz recently voiced the sentiment in a series of posts on X. Notably, he issued a compelling call to action directed at Ripple, its development team Ripple X, and Brad Garlinghouse. And he says to unleash their potential, and he gives a long, drawn-out account of what's going on. According to Roz, announcing their intentions to build an XRPL illuminated the network's potential. He reminisced that the development project prompted more projects to recognize the feasibility. Thereafter, his team went to develop Sologenic into an enterprise-grade solution. Their efforts included an exhaustive 18-month pursuit of regulatory approval. However, the landscape shifted dramatically when the SEC lawsuit emerged. Amid the development, Roz noted that his teams pivoted toward developing Corium, a blockchain featuring smart contract with interoperability with other networks. He pointed out that Corium's utility addressed the deficiencies of XRPL. Last week, Roz's team unveiled a decentralized open source bridge between XRPL and Corium. The development facilitates seamless transfer of XRPL assets to Corium while enabling connectivity to IBC chains. With this bridge in place, developers gain access to smart token technology. In parallel, it unlocks many innovative use cases for XRPL. But he raised concerns regarding the Ripple's team recent endorsement of misinformation regarding another chain's bridge being the first to implement IBC. He asserted that such actions are misleading and detrimental to the collective efforts. Based on the premise, he claims that Ripple showed partiality in supporting XRPL projects, and he emphasized that it is in Ripple's best interest to advocate for all innovative projects developing use cases for XRPL. So he just said that he developed it. They did it first, but then XRPL recognized somebody else. He added that the XRP community has patiently waited for Ripple's disruption of cross-border payments and replacement of SWIFT. However, he urged Ripple that if the vision remains distant, it should instead support all builders contributing value to XRPL to foster ecosystem growth. So here we are, XRPL starting to get massive amounts of FUD happening all over this marketplace. By the way, Bitcoin is back up at 70,000 for those of you that are wondering. Just absolutely started ripping again. So, but that's, this is indicative of problems that are extending. By the way, a lot of problems that are extending, through this entire XRP ecosystem. And look, everybody, if you were an XRP early, shout out to you. I mean, you made it. You know what I mean? But right now, it's trading at about $63, $64. I want to see today where it is. It was at 63 or $64 or 63 cents. It's at 61.7 cents. It was at 50 cents forever. Now it's up basically 12%, and went up to as high as 75 cents on that last little rip. But that's not enough, by the way, for XRP maxis. And look, it should be noted that when you're looking at it from that standpoint, and again, I'm not logged into anything, so I'm trying to get this shit done like as we're talking. So let's sign in here and let's go dark here. XRP is the number 6 overall cryptocurrency with a market cap of $33.9 billion. That is a significant market cap. How high can it go? Well, I don't know. Bitcoin's 1.36 trillion. So that becomes your goal. You're not getting there. It's not going to happen. Ethereum, maybe, but Ethereum, let's go down the list here and let's look at these blockchains. And what does Ethereum represent at 400 billion? Well, it also represents BNB at 85 billion. In Avalanche is in that ecosystem, so 20 billion more right here. SHIB is in that ecosystem with Shibarium at 17 billion. So, as you go down here, you're going to continue to find Polygon. You're going to find all these different protocols and all these different layer 2 solutions that are part of this ecosystem. And that adds up to billions upon billions upon billions of additional dollars. Arbitrum is one of them. You know what I mean? Like, and by the way, their fees are so far down that they're becoming more apt to be one of these kind of solutions at some point. So, I mean, it is possible. I don't think it's likely, but it is possible that XRP might have just missed a big boat. It is very possible that happened. Anyway, another news, Dogecoin has surpassed 6 million addresses, and Dogecoin, in fact, 18.6 cents, having a nice explosive move over the last bunch of days here. What a good move, finally. You know what I mean? Like it's finally breaking out here. Not, we're not addressing near highs or anything like that. We're still a long way off. But when you kind of zoom out, like this is just 1-2 year consolidation in range here, if you will. So, this is not a bad 75 cents suddenly doesn't look impossible for Dogecoin. I mean, I guess we should just put it that way. If you grant here, this right here represents the resistance from previous, right? Around 18 to 20 cents. Well, guess what? 18, 20 cents, that's where the test is right now. And it's going to take some rejection because there's a lot of people that got in. I mean, remember, there's a lot of FOMO building up here when it went up to 40 cents, and a lot of people bought this dip right here, and they got in around 25, 26 cents, and they've been wrecked for 2 years, So on the high end of this, at 32 cents, from 25 to 32, there's a big amount of investors kind of sitting in that range, waiting to dump when they get back made whole. So there's a long road to go, and it's going to take some Elon fuckaductory to make something happen here. But, Bitcoin very well could have a nice, Dogecoin could have a very nice run pretty soon and, have a fantastic sort of play out. So, but Dogecoin has now surpassed 6 million addresses. Luna Classic, by the way, 5.5 million. So look at this. Look at when you look at the market cap for Dogecoin, and you see the billions that Dogecoin represents, 3.3 billion or 26 billion market cap, 26 billion, 27 billion market cap. You look at the $27 billion market cap there, and if Luna Classic were to do the same thing, that would be a 28x from where we are right now. Does that put us where we need to be or where we would like to be? Not exactly for Luna Classic, but that's to give you an idea that investors will come in, and you will see some big time investors come in because Luna Classic now has something important, which we're going to get to in just a second. But before we do, Neco, make sure if you haven't already that you check out Neco. Neco had a big time run over the last little while. Like it increased, I want to say, a little over 100% over the course of the last 3 or 4 days before retracing, coming way back down. By the way, it did not maintain that position. Of course, nothing ever does. There has to be a retracement. So, we'll see what happens there. I can't. God damn it! I can't even get in there. Neco, however, trading at 36.45, down 31% for the day. It's going to take a little while for this to load. I got to do a whole lot of stuff here. This is a 15-minute chart. Go to the 1 hour, and you can see here. We had this big spike right here, and now we're having that back test. So again, if you grant, this is kind of where the move happened. We're in that golden pocket right now. So if this breaks out, then you can consider another move back up here to 54. And then beyond that, maybe we get a breakout. Maybe we get to 75. It looks like 72 looks like the big spot right there, 73. So if we get a nice move off of this, then you can expect there's going to be a test right there at about 73. That's going to be the next line to gain, if you will, on Neco. But it has pretty good volume. It's been having a pretty nice volume, kind of churning out for the last bunch of hours. No massive buys, no massive sells. You know what I mean? Just good trading volume as it continues to try to build up a little momentum and get going. So now, if you haven't, make sure you go check out Bencoin. Bencoin. So in the next little while, let me pop this up, I guess. Let me see if I can pop this up on the screen here. Working hard or hardly working? One of the two, right? Boom, 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 boom. God damn it. There we go. All right, so let's take a moment here and pop this up on the screen. There is the Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Q3 staking is about to be implemented, which means there's going to be less sell pressure because you're going to be able to gain more tokens by just continuing to stake your tokens. Then you've got the Ben newsletter, which is going to give you information and insider details about what is going on, which is going to be kind of a cool thing for people to have. And then in Q2 is going to be the big one. And in Q2, what you're going to see is a massive Ben burn. And what does that mean? Well, we haven't talked about it, so all I can do is point to it on Q2, but there is probably going to be a massive Ben burn coming at some point very soon. Also, you're going to start to see Ben and Cassie at different events, stuff like that. As we spread the word of Ben and lead to mass adoption and start to work our way through that process, you're going to see a lot of things coming. And then, of course, the SIM swap reimbursement will be closed at that point as well. So a lot to unpack, a lot going on. So make sure if you haven't, that you consider getting yourself a bag of Bencoin. Also, of course, you've been watching my videos and you've seen what all of these dirtbags and filthy scumbags have been saying and doing. And they're kind of crying their way through everything right now. And of course, listen, of course, Lady Frame is not going to give up that which he stole. You don't give back what you steal. You know what I mean? You say, "Oh, I'm entitled to it because Ben called me a mean word one day." Something fucking stupid. So a lot of weird shit's going to happen there. Anyway, so Luna Classic. With Luna Classic, this is pretty cut and dried. A couple of days ago, we got a discussion right now coming out, and again, I'm not on. All of this stuff is just like. Let me see if I can get in here. Boom, and then nope, of course not. Of course I can't. All right, so we're going to check it out anyway. We've got this right here, a USTC repeg proposal contest. People are looking for what is it that we, what we need is some kind of repeg, right? To get burns happening. So now the proposals are out here. Like, what is it going to look like? And now we're going to get some ideas. There's actually going to be a think tank, so to speak, of people trying to figure out like how best to burn tokens. I have my own opinion on how best they should be burnt, but I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. Just take a shot at it and see what happens. But also, there's creating permanent dev position with the chain, and that's a proposal, by the way, that'll be seeking governments. We want to replenish the Oracle rewards pool, and then, of course, a lot of people are talking about, well, they're going to reduce the KYC, and they did not. There's still going to be KYC. So all these bad actors out here trying to manipulate you with their, again, stake with people who vote the way you want to vote. If they don't vote the way you want to vote, just change your stake. That's all you have to do. And then you are contributing to the Terra Classic system. You know what I mean? Like that's it. And then let's get into a couple of charts here. We're running a little bit late today because, why not? So popping Bitcoin up on the chart here. So let's get into the 1 hour so we can look at it a little bit more. There you go. You see that absolute banger of a wild ass liquidity move. Look at this. This is now becoming like, that's just ridiculous. Goddamn US markets are just out of control. That sweep right here what was this in just a short period of time? It was 5%. 5% sweep on Bitcoin over the last couple of hours. Just ridiculous. What did that do to ETH? ETH, same thing. What did that do to Solana? Solana, same thing. What did that do to Render? Well, Render didn't have a big spike because it had already had a big liquidity spike up to the top. But then it came down, of course, to $11. And, all it was trying to do, steal money from people because that's what they do. US, man, USA, steal money from people. That's how it works. It's a transfer of wealth. I'm going to rip you off before you rip me off. That's the way that it works, right? So anyway, let's see what goes on here. Again, strong buyback here from 181 on Solana up to 185. Will it continue to rise? I think a lot of people were looking for Solana to continue that breakout move. I thought that and by the way, I do think that we're overall on most of these, and they're going to all look the same. But I think we're actually in good shape right here because if you look at this and you just kind of grant here that what you're doing is you're looking to mint higher lows, right? Well, right now, that's exactly what's happening here. And what happens up here at the top is it looks like we're headed in the right direction for now, which would lead to moves up into the 200 range if that is in fact the truth. If it's not, however, and we're looking more along the lines of this right here, still a bullish indicator. Now, that does mean that we're going to have, and this doesn't match up right now because of, this kind of move down through here. So the other thing is this is not a full head and shoulders pattern. Maybe it plays out as a reverse, but this is a large move right here. So, coming out to some other time frames here, you might see something else kind of emerge. But, for now, it just looks like you're going to get some kind of, we had a drawdown. We came down to this for the back test, right? Now it's going to be back up here into that 191, 192, 193 range. If it breaks out, then there we go. We're going to be testing that high pretty soon. But, this could also break down. Solana has been cooking for a long period of time. Like it's been doing very, very well for an extended period of time. And it could be facing some strong headwinds in the opposite direction. Meanwhile, Bitcoin, of course, just annihilating everybody in its path as these guys steal your liquidity. As far as the rest of the market goes, Myro down to 24.9, starting to dip with the rest of the market. As we go down this list here, you're just going to see today it's bleeding. It's just one of those days. Atom is up 2%. Cortex, remember guys, I told you Cortex was going to have a breakout moment. It was just a matter of finding the bottom and getting in at the right position. Cortex now having a 6% breakout on the day so far. Fetch is up 13% on the news. that, there might be a, God damn it. I don't even know what that goddamn thing is for the moment. Now I got to figure that out. Jesus is up 11%. We're getting closer and closer and closer. Hopefully there's going to be something cool there. Rio continues to soar up to $2.94 just a little while ago. RLC, that's iExec, another AI token, up 4.8%. One of them that I named not that long ago, continuing to have its nice little run. SUI is up, having a breakout again from $1.65 up to $2. And then XMR is up about 2.4% on the day. Rest of it, I can't even begin. I got to get all my shit back together. So there we go. All right, guys. So that's let's see. Mike Meredith says, I said I'd come back in a year and ask how Phantom Project was doing. Still looks like a rug pull, and I'm here. So anything to prove me? No, call it a rug pull. In fact, I've exited. I'm not in their chat anymore. I have no idea what's going on. I mean, to me, it looks like to me, it's a rug pull, and I'm just out 30 grand. You know what I mean? Like I don't even know what to say at this point. I'm told, or was told, that when the timing was right, there was going to be a relaunch, that they were going to do everything, blah 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 blah. But I haven't seen anything from Matt in a long, long, long time. In fact, I'm not even sure at this point if Brett is even talking to him anymore. I haven't heard a word about Matt in forever. So, I have no idea what's going on. I had updates on the lawsuit and stuff like that, but now I'm just, like I don't have time for that. So yeah, here we are. And I'll just write that up to, I tried. Thought I was hooking something up for, I learned. So anyway, that's it for the day, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming in. Let me pay the bills, if you will, and then make sure you stick around for the end of this. It's important. And leave a comment in the description down below. Cryptonomy.finance just launched a research section, so make sure that you go check that out today. Learn a little bit more about crypto that you may not have known before. If you are a corporate client, you can have a relationship manager and a lot of customer support, superior OTC services, and institutional tools that will help you in your venture. Also, if you sign up for the VIP course, you can get in touch with high-touch wealth management personnel and a lot of different people and personalized information as you need in order to successfully navigate this crypto system. Also, if you look at my moves right now, you can see that I'm earning over 106 Solana on my last staking. My Tether, I'm going to earn 1,670 on my staking so far. You can see there's some of these I've earned $784. I can't cash out for a while, but I've earned $784 so far. And then in the Launchpool, guys, if you haven't checked the Launchpool out, you've got to check the Launchpool. Look at these ROIs that I'm getting right now. It's fantastic. 20x on K9 Finance, 7x on Weave, on BlockJerk. If you put a stake into this system right here, it gives you a fantastic